Today's question comes from Emily. She says, I've heard you talk about training the algorithm. What does that mean, and how can I better take control of my social media feed? Well, Emily, training the algorithm just means that you are consciously doing things when you're browsing social media to make sure you see more of that same type of content. The reason you would want to train the algorithm is to make sure your time on social media is spent with things that you enjoy that are going to help improve your mental health instead of deteriorate it. So a few of the things you can do to train your algorithm is to make sure you set aside some time that you're not just browsing through social media, that you are actively training the algorithm. For example, if I'm browsing through Instagram and I'm going through Reels, I would swipe quickly away from Reels that are not interesting to me, and I would make sure to watch the entirety of any Reels that do pique my interest or are from content creators that I want to see more of. The more I interact with this content, whether it's a reel, an image, or anything like that, the more I'm going to see content from that creator or content that is similar to what that creator does. You can also help train the algorithm by telling it you're not interested in some content and that you are interested in other content. You can do this by usually tapping on the 3 dots on any piece of content that is very interesting to you. So tap the 3 dots and then say you want to see more of this or you don't want to see more of this. Now, as you're going through, any interaction with a content creator will let the algorithm know that you like that and you want to see more of it. Even if you want to comment on something where you're telling a creator they're wrong or things like that, that's actually going to show you more of that content from that user. Similarly, in YouTube, if you give a video a thumbs down, it's going to also count that as interaction and count that as something that you want to see more of. So be careful with interaction. If you don't want to see more of that content, either swipe away quickly, let the algorithm know you're not interested in it, or don't watch it in its entirety. When you do see content you want, make sure you watch the entire thing from start to finish. And if it's something short like a reel, maybe watch it a couple more times, like it, comment on it. You will see more of that type of content. Now, one thing to also be aware of when you're training the algorithm is for anybody who makes you feel bad about yourself. So if I constantly see something that's triggering for me, if I am following cookie creators and they're making these delicious cookies and cookies are a trigger for me and I need to avoid cookies at this time, then I would want to unfollow them or mute them so that I'm not seeing that content. Now, if this is something a friend of yours, they're always sharing their wonderful life and it's making you feel bad about yourself, don't be afraid to mute them, but don't be afraid to mute or unfollow accounts that do make you angry, make you feel bad, or anything like that. Now, when it comes to your kids, it's so important to sit down with your kids, especially when they are just starting out with social media, to train the algorithm with them. This way, they understand how the algorithm works, how training it works, and what they can do to more customize their feed so they see content that they really want to see and not any of the content that they don't. Now, to access a more customized feed of just the people that you follow, most of the social media platforms allow this. So for TikTok, instead of the For You page, which is going to be the algorithm page, you can go to the following section and it's only going to show you videos from accounts that you follow. Similarly, on Instagram, if you tap the Instagram word in the home screen, you can access this drop down and it will have an option for you to just select following. This will give you a chronological feed of just the people that you are following. Similarly, on Facebook, if you tap on your profile picture and then go to feeds, you can get a feed of just the groups that you're in, the people that you follow, or the pages that you follow. So you can really customize exactly what you're seeing instead of relying on the algorithm to show you what it thinks that you want to see. So go ahead and take better control of your social media feed today by training your algorithm, making sure you're seeing exactly the type of content that you want to see, and get a little bit more joy out of social media today. If you have a specific tech question you want me to answer, feel free to reach out on social media. I'm @FamilyTech on all platforms and will answer all of my DMs.